I'll click the Multiple Controls button, and you'll see we have a set of controls here, button 1, 2, and 3, and each one of them shares a common event handler. That is, we'll only run one bit of code for all those buttons. Same thing down here. I have one event handler for all of these controls, even though they're of different types. Click button 1, and it says you got a click event from button 1, button 2, button 3. It can tell which one I clicked, even though it's a single procedure handling all three. Down here I have three different kinds of controls: a button, a checkbox, and a text box. And in each case, the event handler can tell not only which control I was working on, but what kind of control. Let's see how that code works. If I come to multiple controls here, look at its code, you'll see that I have one procedure named button handler, which handles the click event of three different buttons: button 1.click, button 2.click, and button 3.click. There's just a single line of code. I've broken it up so you can read it easier. You just separate those with commas. Inside this procedure, I'm going to take sender, which is passed to us as an object, and cast it as a control so I can retrieve its name property. Every control has a name property. And here, using the CType method, I do the work. I have a control. I'll create a string builder. A string builder is just a class which allows me to create formatted output and then retrieve the formatted output. I'll append a line to it with the text button handler, and another line I'll append which says handling a click event from, and what is that 0? It is control.name. It's the name of our control that we just clicked on to get here. And we'll take the toString method of that string builder and place the contents into the text of our label on our form. And that's how the first set of three buttons displayed which button you just clicked on. There were a second set of three controls which handle three different events: the click event of a button, the checked changed event of the checkbox, and the enter event of the text box control. And the only difference between the previous procedure and this one is that this one not only retrieves the name of the control, it also retrieves the name of the type of the control and displays both of those pieces of information. The point of this exercise is that one procedure can handle multiple events of different kinds of controls. No problem. Let me try an experiment here. I'm going to try adding another event, maybe textbox1.mouseMove. That seems to compile just fine, but I know that the mouse move event really wants, well, its delegate that defines it, wants a mouse event args object here. Yet it compiles fine using event args. This is a new feature in Visual Studio 2008. It's called relaxed delegate arguments, because the argument that this event wants to find inherits from this base class. This base class can very happily supply the information for the mouse move event. It won't give us any information about where the mouse is, which the mouse event args object would. But this code still compiles and will still be able to react to the mouse move event of the text box using this event handler. Now try this experiment. Here, I'm going to change from system.eventArgs, which is the general purpose event handling argument, to system.windows.forms.mouse eventargs, which would work for the mouse move event because that would give us information about the mouse move, like where was the mouse. But if I do that, you can see that click, check, change, and enter don't like it. This is too specific for those events. Clearly, if I attempt to pass a mouse event args on a checked changed event for checkbox, there's no mouse information to be had. So that's too specific. This code won't compile. This relaxed delegate arguments technology only works if the type you're passing as the event argument is less specific than what you actually need. In our case, for the click event, the check change event, and the enter event, event args is all we can pass because it has the information that those events expect to receive.